Welcome to Math 65. These are quick concepts to kind of help you along when you are struggling through some problems. Today we're going to be talking about identifying even and odd numbers. So essentially whole numbers are counting numbers with a zero. So if I were to ask you to list the whole numbers, you would say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, okay? If we were to count by twos, as we learned in sequencing, we would say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. When you count by twos, you end up with even numbers. These are considered even numbers. So let's say, first of all, what makes them even? Well, if you try to divide an even number in half, it should divide evenly. So that's the first thing. If you want to think of it in terms of sharing, if you have 4 cookies, you can share them evenly among 2 people. Each person gets 2 cookies. But let's say you have 5 cookies, you can't share them evenly. One cookie is going to have to get broken if you have 2 people. So if you can look at any number, doesn't matter how big the number is. If you look at the last digit of any number, so last digit of any number, and it ends with a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8, it is considered an even number. All right, well, let's talk about odd numbers. So any number that's not even is odd. Okay, so again, any number that's not even is odd. So what would our odd numbers be? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and so on and so forth. So if you want to figure out if a number is odd or not, you're going to look at the last digit of any number, and if it ends with a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, or a 9, it's an odd number. So let's do a couple of examples here. So we have a 3,586, 2,345, and 2,223. Which one is even? This ends with a 6, so it's even. This ends with a 5, so it's odd. This ends with a 3, so it's odd again. So again, you're looking at the last digit. Let's try one more and then we will be done. So we're deciding if these are even or odd numbers. We're going to look at the last digit, that's 6, so it's an even number. This one is odd because it ends with a 1, and this one is 5, so it ends with a 5, so it's odd as well. And that is even and odd numbers.